Did it work? Oh crap! I think I broke my mic. I'm gonna start asking for a new one. I'm gonna ask for donations from y'all. What's going on? Haven't been on and I feel like forever. Where is this one thing I'm looking for? Give me 1 second here. And there we go. Shoot. We got this. No. Well, I hope y'all are having a good day. Um, a lot of crazy things been happening. Like I don't know, which is why I'm asking you all because I've been away from it for a while. But I would appreciate anyone to fill me in on this stuff. I know there's like been a lot of drama. I know there's like arrests. I don't know if it's Jaime that's gonna be arrested or somebody else that's gonna be arrested. So anyone could just fill me in on that. But aside from that, how's everyone doing? I know I wasn't on for like the past couple of days, even weeks. Okay, I took some time aside. I flew out my grandmother to come spend a few days here, and then she flew back when everything was done. So I figured that was important. Like if you're gonna make the effort to go and spend time with family, I feel like I actually spend time with them instead of just be in their proximity. Especially if people are traveling hours and hours away. But there's a few things I also want to clear up because a lot of people, and I'm not an expert. Okay, just look at my title here. Look at the name of my page. I'm no expert. I just feel that I have a general knowledge of certain things. I mean, everyone's an expert, or everyone knows. I guess we could say expert. Everyone's like an expert in something unique to them. Some people are experts in conning. Some people are experts in alcoholism. Some people are experts in wrestling. Some people are experts in home cooking. I feel like I'm very broad here. And one thing that I do want to touch on is some misconceptions that some people have been making when it comes to law enforcement and police. I'm no officer. I've never been an officer. I felt like I wanted to be an officer for like maybe a few weeks, and then I got over it and I went on to the next thing that I wanted to be. But I know a thing or two because while a lot of people may be on the side of mugshots behind bars, matching jumpsuits, uh what is it, like 5x5 cells? Okay, I'm on the other side of that, to where I've seen the way the way it works on the other side. Okay, I really need to clean this room. Let me clean my room real quick. Hold on. I need to move certain things off to the side. I don't even know why I have this here, but yeah, I heard something in the other room. Okay. I don't know who has a warrant. I haven't seen anyone with warrants. There hasn't been any confirmations of warrants because when it comes to warrants, there's like something. Um, it's a touchy subject because while it would be nice if you could just call in and say like, "Hey, do I have a warrant?" So I know if I should like go speak to you all, or if I do have a warrant, so I know I could book it out of town, maybe go to a different state, another country, or hide out at someone else's house or anything. And that's exactly the reason why. Hold on here. Broad here. And one thing that I. Okay. And that's. And because of that, so they don't have people fleeing and these warrants never get served and stuff like that. Most police departments, most law enforcement departments will not give you that confirmation. And I feel like that's something that I've talked about before. They will not give you a verbal confirmation over a phone. What they will suggest is why don't you come in and speak to someone, or let's see if we could meet somewhere. I could run your information, and we could handle it from there, kind of thing. That's the way I was trained. That's the way I always did it. When it comes to like when it's like big ones, like where you might end up like on a top 10 most wanted, or you've done crazy things like open fire in like a public place, or you've caused damage, or you might be a domestic terrorist. Yeah, those kinds of if you're wanted for that kind of stuff, yeah, that's going to be made public. That's You're going to be able to go everywhere because it's going to become a manhunt at that point. But if we're talking about these little baby little um insignificant cases that everyone's putting on each other, like harassment, I mean, come on, grow up, people, like quit. I'm not gonna get into that. Like, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna touch that one yet. But when it's something like that, where most of it really isn't like that you're gonna do hard time, most of it is like, oh, you could be let off with um paying something, or doing some community service, or just getting a little slap on the wrist, little stuff like that. So if you have a warrant like that, don't be running, don't be hiding or something. Like, obviously, if a warrant was issued and signed off, you did something bad, you got to kind of own up to it. If you want to be all badass and be like hanging out with a certain group of people, and like this is both sides, because I don't know who has a warrant and who doesn't, uh own up to it, and be an adult rather than the child that you portray online. That's just the way it is. So one thing that I got two questions. I got this question twice by like different people. Two different people asked me this question. Yes, I am live at this moment, so you can feel free to ask any questions, or just throw in whatever you want into this conversation. One thing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have such a mess over here, and I think my daughter used all my hand sanitizer that I was saving. I'm sorry. My daughter started using my computer, which is another reason we really haven't been doing much on my computer or anything like that. The question I was asked is, why are people going and filing charges in other cities that aren't theirs, or why are people traveling to different counties just to put a report on this person, and what is the point of that? Or saying that they're not allowed to do that, or it doesn't work that way, or anything like that. I'm gonna clear that up. It's a really like common misconception that some people have. Hey, I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good too. It's kind of late. I'm surprised there's like even a single person on here, but I appreciate it. Nonetheless, the way police departments work, in case you don't know, is they are to protect the city that they're based in. For example, Austin PD takes care of Austin PD. Edinburgh PD takes care of Edinburgh PD. Raymondville, I feel like it's still like a western over there. It's still, I haven't been there. I cruised around like once, and that was about it. But they're supposed to take care of their city. So basically, if anything occurs in their city, you can make a report for it. A lot of people are saying like, well, they don't live in that city, so they can't go file a report in that city. Well, that sounds pretty stupid. I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just saying it's just a stupid way of thinking. Because what if, for example, I'm in Austin. What if I go to Houston? Because I want to go take pictures of Frank's house and harass him a little bit. What if I want to go to Houston? Let's say I'm in Houston. I'm in a car accident. Am I not allowed to file a report in Houston because it occurred in Houston? Or do I need to wait for me to get back to Austin because that's where I live? So I'm not supposed to be filing a report in Houston. That's the way it goes. A lot of people are putting these reports on each other. For example, people are going to, I think it's Mercedes, to put reports on either Velder or Jaime. I think they both live in Mercedes. I don't follow enough to know about that. But I know Mercedes is becoming very popular for people to file reports in right now. My kids have a 4-day weekend. They're up, so I have to be up too. Yeah, same here. My daughter has Friday. She had Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, and then she's gonna have Monday off also. So I like that I'm gonna be able to spend time with her a little bit more. I just hate that it's gonna put a hole in my grocery budget because when kids are home, they like to just snack on everything, as if school rations out food, as if they're not used to rationing out food at school. So Mercedes is right now becoming very popular. People are going and putting reports on Velda. People are going and putting reports on Jaime. Uh, and I think it's kind of funny because the same people that are putting reports on one person are getting upset because another team is going and putting reports on their person, and that's where a lot of the arguing is coming up. Well, if you, for example, let's say you were hanging out at a, I don't know what the hell they have in Mercedes, just the outlets or a Whataburger. Let's say you're hanging out at the Whataburger in Mercedes. Someone is live and they're bashing you. They're talking bad about you. First of all, grow a pair and deal with it. It's just words. Um, but let's say you want to cry about it a little bit and file a report. Cool. You could file a report because it occurred. You were in the city when it occurred, so technically the harassment and hurt ego occurred in the city of Mercedes. But if this person also resides in Mercedes, when they committed said harassment, said um, whatever you want to call being hurt by words, that's another reason. That's another way you're allowed to file a report in Mercedes. For example, if I'm harassing anybody right now, I'm gonna throw it at Frank. If I start bashing Frank and start attacking him verbally the way everyone does it nowadays, he could file a report in Houston because he's in Houston. He could be watching this right now. They're building a McDonald's. This is going to be their first one. Frank could go ahead and he could make a report in Houston because he's residing in Houston where it's happening. The incident is occurring to him in Houston, but he could also come into Austin and say, "Hey, this person resides in your city. This person has been harassing me, and he's committing all these acts while in your city, and it's occurring where you're supposed to be, protecting people. You're not protecting my feelings. I want to, complain a little bit about it. I'm gonna do a report every single day until it gets taken care of. It really doesn't work that way, but that's how he could have kind of. It wouldn't be two different reports. It would be one report, which is where it occurred, and then the information he would give to Austin, they would supplement it in, and that's where agencies are supposed to work together and say like, okay, we're taking the report here because the victim resides in my city, but any information you have on the suspect, you can go ahead and give it to us. We're going to supplement the report, so that way if this needs to go to court, we'll have all the information on one page. It's going to be one case number. That's the way it works. So I think people are smart enough to understand it. They or understand the way I explained it. I don't think I could take it any lower than basic fifth grade. Basic like explain it like I'm a 5-year-old or whatever. I think that's on you for not being able to understand that. Hey Rose. Okay, here we go. I'm answering a question. In your opinion, do you think this mess is petty? As adult ladies, men, we know we do bad things. We as adults know there are consequences. Why get mad and pissed? Yeah. If the same group are going and pressing charges, they should accept when charges are pressed against them. And this goes for, both sides. You could say I'm not here for any ass kissing or ass kicking. I'm just here to say my opinion. I feel it's basically like, oh, you're gonna tattletale on me, I'm gonna tattletale on you. And if you want to do that, fine. Oh, thank you, Raquel Gonzalez. And look at my little dinosaur, okay? That's a little tribute to my wife. She loves dinosaurs, and I love dinosaurs too. Basically, own up to it. If you're gonna go and do something, be like, okay, you have to go into it knowing that, like, okay, if I get in trouble if I get my page taken away, if I get um a report made on me, if I get arrested, you gotta make sure that it's worth it. You gotta make sure that. There we go. Liking the stream. Thank you very much. You got to remember, you got to make sure that it's worth it. If you're going to go ahead and do these things, you got to make sure if the squeeze is worth the juice. It's a quote from one of my favorite movies. I hope I got that quote right. So yeah, I think it's extremely petty. If people are going to say that they love the drama, they love the attention, they love doing this, then they can't get mad when things start escalating and keep on. I'm now getting distracted by the likes. I think I'm gonna take this little dancing dino away. I need to give him a name. You are oversimplifying the issue. In Mildred's case, she wasn't involved with the drama, mistaking she'll convince the cult that she is me. Then she passed around her social security number. Okay, that when I was talking about it, I was talking about like just the words being thrown back and forth and the little uh, schoolyard insults. I know there was something about a social security number. I don't know whose it was, but I know it involved Velda. Okay. So it convinced the cult that she is me, and then she passed around her social security number. Okay, well that's actually like a serious issue. Whereas this harassment and stuff, it is not a serious issue. This is something that kids get pulled into the principal's office to get handled. Okay, you don't need the police to tell y'all not to say bad things about people. When it comes to like actually spreading this kind of information, social security number and stuff like that, I think that should be like basic knowledge going into adulthood that like if you don't want something happening to you, don't do it to somebody else. Like if you don't want your social security number, if you have one, to be spread out or given out to the public or passed around in photos or private group chats, you shouldn't really be doing it to anybody else. Just like people have given me personal information on people have given me social security numbers, people have given me um like driver's license numbers, license plates and stuff like that. I wouldn't want any of that of my stuff being passed around, so that's why I don't push it out there. I don't pass it around. I get included into group chats, and then I just quietly exit without making a big deal out of it. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be involved in this. Peace out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, kind of thing. But if you knowingly pass it around, yeah, that's not cool. Like, you deserve to be arrested for something like that. You deserve the charge, and you shouldn't have to go down swinging. You should just say, hey, I fucked up. It's cool. Let me serve this, and I'll move on knowing that, hey, I shouldn't do that in the future. Yeah, like you told me, and like now I kind of know a little bit more than I did before I started this, because I don't know. Is that what the warrant's for? Because I thought it was just like harassment and following people around. RJ also threatened to call CPS every day to file false allegations. I was gonna say accusations, but it's allegations. I don't know if there's a way to find out if that's true or not, because I know when people like live stream when they make like these reports for like food stamps and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty fucked up. Whether it's as a joke or not, it's putting the idea in people's heads of, hey, this is cool, this is accepted because this person's doing it and everyone's laughing and everyone's joking around about it, so that means I could do it too. And that, I think that's where like all these little branches started happening, to where, oh well, I'm gonna start doing this too, or like let's join up and like let's email this person together and let's report this thing together. At this point, I don't think it's personal vendettas against individuals. Like I don't think it's um who's not a big player in this. Like I'm not a big player in this. Oh, I can't even think because I don't even really know like people that are like really into this. I used to be like informed and involved, but like I stopped paying attention to things. But let's throw me as an example. I'll use me as an example so no one gets their feelings hurt. I don't want police, knocking on my door tomorrow. Mm, People say that I'm like part of Jaime's team, and I'm really not. Me and him really haven't even talked lately. I'll pop up on his live. I'll throw like a few jokes. Sometimes even at him, just to show that like we're cool. We could joke around and not have feelings hurt or anything like that. But let's say I was a Ruby fan, or a not a Fang. What are they, like a Devo diva kind of thing? Let's say I was that, and let's say I don't have like personally I don't have any issues with Velda, even though she said I kind of deserved it when I got in a car accident and like wrecked my car because she said it was like God's plan or something like that. Okay, I don't have any issue with her. People say things to get approval from others, so I get it. But let's say I don't have an issue with her, but because I'm friends with Jaime, or because I'm a Devo and I want to keep my title or anything, since everyone else is calling CPS and reporting Velda, let me go ahead and do it too, because I'm part of this group, and like we need to like stick together, and this is the social norm of our group, the social norm of our group, and I know nothing about her. I don't even know this is true, but hey, everyone else is doing it, so I'm gonna do it too. I think that's kind of where we are. Like a lot of people who may be peacocks may not fully stand behind Ophelia. Like if it came to and like, okay, everyone named a peacock is gonna be arrested. I'm not saying this is happening, so don't get your feathers all ruffled. But like if it comes to the point where I'm like, okay, anyone who's a peacock, since you added fuel to this fire, since you uh, emotionally and monetarily supported this person, and let's say this person's gonna get arrested, that means you all are um, part of it too. So that means you all have to get arrested unless you denounce the peacock title. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be ride or die and be all like, "Hey, let's go." Yes, I am doing okay. Thank you very much. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of ride or dies, and I could say the same thing about like Fangs, and this is just my opinion. I could say the same thing about Fangs and Divas and stuff like that. I think if the like it's all fun and games to like bash and make jokes and throw insults and throw like backhanded comments, tongue in cheek comments, stuff like that, because everyone does it. But I think if it really came to it, I want to say everyone has maybe three. I want to say like every group has maybe about three people that will be all like, oh, okay, like I'll stand with you. And people could say in the comments, oh, I would go for you no matter what, or I will be with you to the end. If they arrest you, they're gonna arrest me too. But when it comes to it, when the handcuffs are like right in front of your face, and they're all like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I think a lot of people are like, "Nah, like I'm cool. Like it's just an internet thing. It's no big deal." I think it's fake, to be honest. I think a lot of people would be like that because when Jaime was arrested, a lot of people kind of disappeared. A lot of people got quiet. A lot of people weren't as vocal as when they had Jaime as the front runner. Same thing with Ophelia. When Ophelia got arrested, it got kind of quiet. There were the people that were in that Peacock Ladies private group that there was a lot of ideas going around. There was a lot of like, we need to do this. I'm emailing this judge. She looked like a badass in her mugshot. There was a lot of like talk about support, but there wasn't anybody really that was like, I got to do this, or I need to go with her, or we're gonna go protest, or we're gonna do this. No, it was more like, okay, we need to get the money together. We're gonna send so and so over there. She's gonna take care of it. But yeah, they're gonna take care of it. But I'll be over here at home and I'll type an email, or I'll prayers and thoughts and prayers and all this, and we need to figure out how much we're gonna raise because we only got this many hundred. I don't know how Jaime got this much already and how he's already gonna get out and stuff like that. And it's weird that I knew more about what was going on the Peacock side than I actually knew was on the Jaime side. So that kind of tells you a lot. That I'm not really, in any private groups or anything like that. But I think when it all comes down to it, I don't think anyone's really gonna stay and fight. Like if we were to throw like in a world where like the purge exists, and we're like, okay, we're gonna grab everyone who's a supporter of this person, everyone who's a supporter of this one, no holds barred, anything goes. We'll have medics on site. Y'all could duke it out. Y'all could, settle your differences. No one's gonna get in trouble for it. No one's gonna be arrested for it. No one can be charged for this. But if you go in for your team. You can't be switching sides or anything like that. I don't think a lot of people would jump in there. I think maybe people would go in there just to fight, just to, hey, what's going on, Manny? Just to, for the fun of it. But I don't think the ideals and the beliefs are actually going to be behind that. I don't know, anyone could tell me if I'm wrong, but that's just the way I see it. I see, and I made a comment about it. I made a post about it that a lot of people are just talk, but when it gets to the point where an action needs to be taken, or you need to actually do something, a lot of people find it difficult to do that because they only know how to handle things from behind the screen. Me, I've never gone and stalked. I've never gone and bothered anyone because I have a life and I choose to, make good use of my time rather than following people, taking pictures of people, trying to find out who's related to who and how far. Like, I feel like some people, and this is on both sides, have built actual family trees of these individuals that they go after because people are informed. Like, people dedicate time. Like, if they should probably get paid for it. That's probably the hardest that some people have worked over these past couple of months, and they have gone and really dug some stuff out. Thank you, and I appreciate it. I know a lot of people talk bad about me, and when it comes to that, I really think it's just because our opinions don't align. Because when our opinions did align, for example, when I used to go, I'm not even gonna say go after, when I used to speak about Vanessa, um, I was the main guy. Like I was like, I would call into Ophelia's show and it would be, it would be minutes of me having to acknowledge and say hello to people and, shout outs to people. And I was welcomed and everything. The second that, our opinions didn't align, they've taken everything back. They've like shadow banned me from their group. They see me as some kind of leper and they go after me just because of opinions. Nothing's changed. Like some of the things that we agreed on in the past are still there. Like we could still agree on it, but the fact that they don't want to either disappoint or they don't want to publicly say, "Hey, he's still a good guy. Like let's still talk to him. Like he has a lot of information. He could probably help us. He um could probably give us more information than we could find on Google when it comes to making reports and how to do it correctly because people have dropped so many balls that people could have already been arrested, but people aren't doing things the correct way. My opinion, what I've seen, my professional experience here. Um, so yeah, my door's open. You want me to throw out some advice out there publicly, I could. I'm not going to do any private groups. I'm not going to do any, hushed whispers or anything like that. But if someone has a general question and if I have the answer to it, I'm not going to say no just because you hate me or anything like that. I feel like information should always be passed along because once that information runs out or once it gets cut off, just kind of like a bloodline, that's it. It's gone forever. Um, I don't I don't really get into the drama. I'll talk about it, but I don't insert myself. People pull me in, like Ophelia threw my name out when I hadn't even talked about it for I don't know how long. Man, we are just talking about a bunch of things. I actually wanted to talk about movies, and I wanted to talk about this whole deep fake sexual harassment stuff that's been going on. Maybe I'll cover that a little bit in the end. I stay neutral. They think I'm not neutral, but despite all the bashing they've done to me, the dragging they've done to me, someone who actually went and found uh, a time I commented on a friend's photo on Facebook from like 5 years ago, um, sent me that screenshot. Or they started passing that screenshot like, oh look, he's um, cheating on his wife because he commented on this girl's photo. There was nothing bad. It was, I think, a smiley face and a thumbs up because it was like something she had accomplished or something. They're like, oh, he's cheating on his wife. Look at this. When it was really a friend of mine that I've known since second grade. And like, they're just trying to throw things at walls and making up lies. Like, that wasn't even a big thing. What do you recommend at Dutch Bros? I've gone a few times and haven't been too impressed. What are you in the mood for? Do you like a frap? Do you like personally, this one's my favorite. It's called a Shark Attack. It's kind of wet right now, but this is just like an energy drink slush with like a bunch of mixed in flavors. That's really good. I recommended a drink to Frank. He loved it. It was like a frap kind of style, like a freeze. Medusa, what is going on, Medusa? Medusa. So yeah, that's pretty much like what I have to say about that. Like, look, I talk about it. I don't go in there. Got the lavender freeze and the Kokomo. They are alright, but not worth the wait. I don't like the. I can't wrap my head around drinking anything lavender flavored because I think of lavender and I just think of a flower. So I just picture like an earthy taste. I wanted the lavender because I was going to get a free sticker if I got something lavender, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I like the Picture Perfect, which is a frap with caramel drizzle and chocolate drizzle with whipped cream. That's a really good one. It's called the Picture Perfect. Or the banane. You have to say it exactly like that. Banane. That is a chocolate with banana frap. It's very good. Y'all are gonna give me and Dutch Bros is closed tomorrow, which is why I had to go today. Hey, but Dutch Bros is the real one. I've been bothering them. I've been tagging them. I've been talking about them so many times, and they sent me a message of like a bunch of hearts, and then the next day in my Dutch Bros app, because I have it linked with all my social media accounts, I had a free Dutch Bros drink that I hadn't earned yet. Because if you get enough drinks, you'll get points and you get like free drinks off of that, but it's usually just a medium. But on my Dutch Bros app, it had like a new little box that I've never seen before, and it said free any size large drink. So I guess I pleased Dutch Bros enough, and that just, it's gonna make me want to like do it more to see what else I could get. I want a Dutch Bros cup, I want a Dutch Bros cap, a shirt, something from them. The banana bread freeze is pretty good too. But the banana just has like a really like what the banana reminds me of is those bomb pops to where it's like chocolate, banana, chocolate, very good bomb pops. It's basically that in a drink form. So I recommend that one highly. That's probably one of my other go-tos. But I've just been liking these Rebels because they're just like slushies that you drink with like an entire can of energy drink mixed into it, so it's pretty good. I broke my thumb a couple of weeks after I fell, but I'm painful. Okay. Oh, I've never broken a bone, and that's one of my biggest fears. Cause I get a sprain and I want to like call out for a whole week. Okay, if I roll my ankle hard enough, I probably will convince my wife to buy me a wheelchair because I'm gonna be too much of a baby about it. I woke up today with a little bit of a cough, and I'm already saying like, "Oh, my weekend's ruined because I'm sick already." So I'm a big, whiner when it comes to stuff like that. So I can't imagine how it would feel to actually break a bone. I'm sure you're a trooper. I'm sure you're a lot tougher than I am with that. I hope it gets a lot better for you. But for me, breaking a bone is on the same level as like a paper cut. Like those are like the two things I hate getting, and I know they're very different on the pain spectrum. But just the idea of it really troubles me. So if anyone has anything else they want to throw in there about like that drama stuff, we could joke about it. We could. I hate saying joke about it because it's actual people's lives that like are getting ruined because they talk online in a very bad way and present themselves in a very poor way. With like I don't even remember what I posted yesterday. I feel like I didn't get heated. I didn't get bothered. It was just more of a like, what the heck? Like, why bring my name in it? Because I I go in and out of Jaime's lives. Like, I'll watch it when I get the notification, see what the topic's going to be about, or see, what new information's in there. And then after like the first 5 minutes, like, I'll go in and I'll watch like my other YouTube videos that I like watching, or my other streamers that I like watching. And then I'll be like, oh, well, let me see if he's still on because this video ended. Let me see if he's still on, and let me see what's new or if there's anything different. And it was one of those weird situations where I opened it, and I think he was streaming like an old video of Ophelia's, and she was like naming off people that are like against her, and I don't think it's against her. Or even if it's a list of people against her, I don't think my name should be thrown in there. But I asked, I was like, why the hell am I being mentioned in this? Like, why throw me in? And also, it should be a really big red flag when you can't even keep track of the people who you claim are against you, but yet you can't name the people who are like your corner. I don't know. That's just a big red flag. I think it would be a lot easier just to say, hey, I got no one in my corner, rather than spend like 5 minutes going after a list of people that may not. It's not that people, well, some people don't like her, but it's not that. It's just people that she can't agree with. I cried a lot. Sorry to hear about that. I'm here, haven't broken a bone. I feel like I'm gonna jinx myself. I'm gonna knock on my desk, knock on my plaque. I hope that's wood. It's very heavy. But switching gears here a little bit. One thing that caught my attention is deepfakes. I don't know if anyone's familiar with deepfakes. It's this new AI technology. I've dabbled in it a little bit, where you could take an audio clip of someone's voice and you can make that voice say anything and it sounds exactly like the person. Or you could even do the same thing with video, to where you could take, someone's let me look for an example here. Where you could take like someone's face and put it on another body. Some of it's done, in a fun way.
Spectrum Mobile is the fastest.
See, hold on. I should probably line myself up in this shot. But look.
You read the Bible, Greg? Yes! Well, there's this passage I got memorized. Sort of fits this occasion.
Look, this is the clip from the movie, but it's just Jerry Seinfeld imposed over it, and it goes.
Ezekiel 25:17. Shepherds the weak through the...
If I didn't know any better, I would say that was actually like a clip from the movie. Or they'll do stuff.
We're and the software tries to bloom. This advance is not yet available.
Official production of human speech.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So little things like that. And it's always been done as fun, but the question has always been there of, what if someone got, the current president and made a video of him saying, oh, man, the chat just popped up like crazy right now. It's like an old chats. What if they went and just said, like, I'm gonna launch a nuclear attack on this country and this other country. It looks like him. It sounds like him. It looks like it's coming from like a government like YouTube page or something like that. Like you could fake like a news channel account. that could, reach the country. They might not know it's a deep fake. They'll take it as, something serious because according, like, visually it looks and sounds like him, and it gets very dangerous. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try and get I'll try and get someone's, like, a voice clip from like some celebrity, and then I'll have them like talk highly about me, and then I'll make that like into a commercial for fun for my channel, just to show like how easy it is and how scary and it could be. Aside from the fun, like, videos and movie, like putting a cage in every movie, the scary reality of, using political figures and, like, people in power to do and say these things, it's come to the point where people are taking the images, like, it's both face and voice of these celebrities, these streamers, these influencers, and they're imposing them on adult videos. Uh, I found out about it because this streamer I like, her name's Sweet Anita, recently found out about that someone put her face and her voice on an adult video, and what it was easy, it was able to pass as an actual video. So then I started going down the rabbit hole, not looking at the videos, but I started seeing that a lot of other streamers were talking about this. Pokimane, which is another big streamer, um, there's a Cinderella, which is another streamer, and they're all having this issue to where if you type in their name and, like, certain adult terms, I'm not gonna say it on here because I don't want my video to be taken down, that videos of them doing these things are popping up, and they're worried, one, about their brand, and also it's gonna end up going to court to see if it's they're calling it virtual R word, because these things are being committed against them without, they're not consenting to have their images put out there like that, because they have family, they have friends, some of these people have kids, some of these people don't want to do streaming full time, like they do it as a hobby like I do, and they have other jobs, and they worry about what if they try and go get hired somewhere else. And nowadays people could just look up your information to see how you perform or how you act on social media, and they might not be aware that this is deep fake, and they're like, oh well, this person puts like these racy triple X style videos up, we don't want them to work for our company. Or if they start getting into hello if they start getting into um relationships nowadays, like everyone uses like dating apps and stuff like that, so it's easy for, from you to go to like a dating app to just searching the person online to see how they really are, like if they're real or fake on their app information, and they're seeing that, like, oh wow, this person does these like dirty videos, like maybe I should, give it a shot, and, like, start treating them, a certain way, because they think like, oh well, if they're free enough to like post it online, like that means I'm gonna get some. And then they might actually start becoming physical, thinking that like they deserve it because they've already seen them, like nothing's different, the only difference is now I'm the guy, or something like that. So it's been a big issue for a while, but now it's kind of coming um and now it's to the point where now the software is easily accessible, to where you could take a photo of, a friend that you've always had a crush on, and put them into a triple X video, or someone you really hate, put them into a very disturbing, you might need some therapy if you're into this kind of thing type of video. I thought that was like an interesting thing on like where technology is taking us, because I feel like something like this came up back when like Photoshop first started. like, oh yeah, I'm gonna Photoshop, this head on, this picture, and it's mean, it's an invasion of, privacy, it's like a very bad thing, but hey, it's funny, I'm gonna do it, ha ha ha. Well, now we're up to the next point where now it's like videos, like it's, the person, smiling, the person um, having things done to their face out there, and it looks real, like in the videos I was showing right now. Oh man, I lost my video. Crap, I was gonna show another one of Barack Obama. So I think some more information is gonna come out about that. Let me see if I could find it again. I shouldn't have closed it. Let me see. And like, I feel really bad, especially when it's like, it's horrible for anyone involved. It's horrible for this to happen to anybody. But I guess I felt bad when it's like a streamer that I've been watching for years, and the way she's describing on how she feels about it makes it seem real. It doesn't make it seem like, this sexual assault happened like just online. If she makes it seem, and I'm pretty sure it is, that it really is happening to her. And a lot of streamers nowadays, it's really easy to get someone's IP address. Maybe I could have a class on how to track down someone's IP address from like a secret group or anything like that. But nowadays, like, you could easily find someone's like IP address, from there be able to track where they live, and then from there just physically go to their house. Like this Twitch streamer, Sweet Anita, she had that issue to where she had a fan who was obsessed with her, found out where she lived, and would hang out at like a corner coffee shop every day for 2 months, hoping to run into her, until he finally got the courage just to go up to her house. Okay, so we already have the idea of like crazy stalkers. Well, can you imagine like a crazy stalker who is constantly watching these like XXX videos that are being done about these people, and then that just kind of fuels their obsession, that kind of just fuels the drive that I gotta meet this person, I need to see if this video's like accurate, I need to see, like, they can't really bridge the, like, they can't see that it's just someone doing it for entertainment. Just because they say like, oh, I love you, or you're my friend on Facebook, or you're my friend in a live stream, really doesn't mean that it's really a friend. I did a video with Manny. Hey Manny, I know you're still here. I did a live with Manny a long time ago on my channel, and it was talking about the parasocial relationships. And that's, when viewers form this imaginary friendship, relationship, this bond that's just one-sided with someone who's on the camera. And I feel like that with the whole drama thing, a lot of these people are suffering from parasocial relationships, because a lot of these people have never met in real life. I've met some people in real life here, but not, there's more that I haven't than I have. And that's why I never say that. That's why I always say, like, I don't have followers, I don't have supporters, I just have people that listen, not like physically like listen, but like that we could just hang out and talk. We're not like a group, we're not a cult, we're not whatever anyone else is. I like to think that the people in here, it's just a different breed. Can I say a different breed? I just like to give off different vibes, not putting a claim on anybody, not saying, hey, this is my person, this person can't go do this is my person, she has to have my back, or he has to have my back, or this person has to show me support to know that, they're the real ones here. No, I like to think of it as my channel's like a coffee shop. Everyone could come and go as they want. Everyone has their different taste, everyone has their different opinions, but we're all here for the same thing. We're just here to have a good time, to have an outlet, to have somewhere to voice opinions and not have to worry about getting blocked just because, you said something I didn't like. Or, hello, Dancing Dino again. I really need to name this dude. His name's Dave. I'm gonna call him Dave the Dancing Dino just because I love alliteration. Manny, if you're going live, I'd like to know. So things do get heated in here. I've seen it in the comments that there'll be arguments that break out. But it's not like the whole live is constantly bashing on somebody. I don't think we've really bashed. Sorry. I don't think we bash a lot. I think I just provide an outlet for people to voice their opinion without any worry of being blocked, attacked. There's a little bit of attacking, so I won't say that. But blocked, targeted. I mean, I don't really target anybody. Yeah, I'll join you, man. Send me the link. I'll join you after I make dinner. I'm gonna eat right now. I'm super hungry. So yeah, I'll end it right now. I could go eat and then I could hop on with Manny a little bit later. And it sounds like we could have a good conversation about a lot of things. There's some movie stuff I wanted to talk about. So maybe Manny, we always get sidetracked on movies. And, I'll be there for that. Another thing is I have a new show that's going to be coming out. If you search hard enough, you might be able to see it already. If not, more information will be given out in the future. New name, new vibe, new everything. So please look forward to that, and please stick around if you like conversations like this, to where we could talk about one thing, but we don't have to make the whole episode about one certain subject. Okay, let's jump around, let's dance around, let's move around a little bit. Okay, we could do a little bit of drama, a little bit of movies, a little bit of current news, a little bit of murder, a little bit of true crime, which is the same thing. I don't know why I say it like that. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right now. Try and down the rest of this Dutch Bro, so I'm gonna be up all night. I'm a little bit wired. Thank you all for stopping by. I'll probably put this on YouTube, but hey, y'all were here first, so y'all got to see this information first. But I'll catch you.